I think if we're being realistic, this is where the slippery slope comes into play, where you could have said 6-7 years ago, oh, they don't want to take your guns. Oh, they don't want the border to be wide open. Oh, this and that. They would never shut down the country. 5 years from now, we could be in a situation where it's like, oh, well, the government's coming in and buying up all these properties because nobody paid rent. So, and the excuse is going to be, oh, it's going to be guaranteed housing for the population. So, and nothing to worry about, everybody. And you're going to get government jobs working on retrofitting these for the Green New Deal. We swear to you guys. I don't know. That might be a little bit.
No, that's actually spot on. Let me just say that, Andrew Cuomo, for everything that he's dealing with now, there was a point in time where he literally said that if you are angry about not being able to go to work in New York, then you should take an approved essential job. So this is literally the next step to that. I mean, to people like me and you, it seemed to be pretty obviously a communism overhaul, but a lot of people don't understand it. And you got Cori Bush out there eating Oreos and talking about how she's going to save people.
It's just triggering. But when you hear the cries of others, when you hear the suffering of others, we're already fighting a battle and losing a battle, because there are people who slept out last night, the night before. There are people who are already unhoused, and we don't have enough shelters. We don't have the safe housing for them right now. And that's a failure. That's another moral failure on our society. And so to then say, 7 million more, you can go while I go on vacation. 7 million more, you can go ahead. Like, that was your decision to be in this position. No. This is a systemic problem. This is a structural problem that can be handled by better policy decisions. So that's why we're out here. That's why all of these people showed up. There was more people out here last night. That's why they showed up. That's why they stayed. That's why they brought things. That's why they came out as soon as they heard the call. That's why they didn't even, so many people came out and that are out here right now that didn't even get a personal ask, where it wasn't, hey, Lauren, would you come out? That's not what it was. It was, hey, it was the call to action on the social media, and people saw that and they felt compelled to come. They understood this is humanity we're talking about, and wherever I can show up. And so they did that. That's who these people are that are out here. And not only that, our staff, my staff is still out here. Congresswoman Presley's staff, Congresswoman Omar, folks were out here last night. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, her staff was out here, and be back out here in a minute. And look, that's what it's about.
3 days later.
I'm going to make sure I have security, because I know I have had attempts on my life, and I have too much work to do. There are too many people that need help right now for me to allow that. So if I end up spending $200,000, if I spend $10 more on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen. We need to defund the police and put that money into social safety nets, because we're trying to save lives.
But really, it's just a ploy. So you could say that, the government is going to save you, but BlackRock, for all intents and purposes, is the same as the government. There's even Trump officials that work for BlackRock, as I understand it. And I'm not an expert on it, but it's quite obvious that that's what's happening.
What I'm thinking is that it's obviously majority Democrat states that are still open and perpetuated the idea that lockdowns are the best thing in the world. So you're locking people down.
Democrat. I think you said Republican, but.
Oh,
Democrat.
Did I? Okay, yeah, I agree. It's Democrat. They're locking people down, the Democrats. They are making people lose all these jobs, which makes it so that they can't pay their rent. And then they come circle back around the house and they say, oh, also landlords knock on the door. You can't charge these people, so you can't make any money either. So neither the tenants nor the landlords can make money. Because who knows, some of these people might be relying on their rent income from their tenants. to live. They've built themselves up to a point for whatever reason. It's their money. They can do what they want with it. So
Well,
now we've made it so both of these people aren't allowed to make their own money as they were 2 years ago. And then on top of that, we're saying, oh, you can't work. You can't work. So they're shutting down your job, and then they're preventing you other people from making money. So all of a sudden, we have two classes of people who aren't allowed to make money, and the government can't accept that it's illegal to do this. It's really weird.
And I will just say that, you know, for a long time, I've always kind of noted, and probably multiple times on this show, like I said, I am looking for a new catchphrase, but Democrats are exactly the type of people to steal from your house and then help you look for what they stole. You know, so they create a problem and then sell you the solution. It's textbook Democrat, right? So maybe outside of the stealing thing, it's like they could hit your knees with a bat and then give you a wheelchair and then send you a bill and demand you say thank you. You know what I mean? It's like you caused the problem and then demand that, and then suggest that you're the solution to the problem that you obviously created. It's painfully obvious to me and you, but sadly, there are a lot of people that don't notice that all of these problems are caused by, you know, a bunch of the same people.
Eric Butler is his name. He's got a book out called New York City 2020 Gotham Unglued hardcover on Amazon.